Welcome back to another episode of the Twinster
The
Pod.
Twinster Pod.
And sing. Here, wait,
Sing.
let's get ready. And sing. Okay. That'll make like one person laugh. Everybody else are going to be annoyed with us. Melissa Turner will probably laugh at that. We love you.
Mom will.
And Mom will. So Mom
She
and
knows how to.
Melissa, the two people that listen to our podcast, we love you and we appreciate you. Now we have a lot of people that do.
The
So
two people.
welcome in. We're back at the Twinster Pod. And y'all know we always open up with our theme jingle song.
That's right.
So let's do it when we're ready. And a one and a two and a three. Hi, I'm Amy.
And I'm Lorraine.
And this is the Twinster Pod. Jazz hands.
See those jazz hands.
Scene. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We are those people.
Bless it.
We are blessed
We
be
are.
the name. So today we are so glad that you're back with us, joining us for another podcast. We love it. We literally just kind of feel like we're talking to each other, right?
We are.
And we are. I mean, also there's that. Profound. Whoa. Okay.
Yes.
But today we are talking a couple of different things. So because it is so close to Memorial Day, we wanted to honor everyone that serves and has served in the past, is currently serving. And we're going to start with our dad, but then we're also going to talk a little bit about Memorial Day memories. So be thinking about that, because if you have specific memories of holidays, things that you guys did with your family, specifically in the summertime. I know Christmas and Thanksgiving, those are memories on their own, but like the 4th of July, Memorial Day, Labor Day, things like that. If you've got special memories, vacations and things that you took or things that you did with your family, send those in to us, thetwinsterpod@gmail.com. We want to hear from you and share those with us, and we will read them live on air in a future podcast. But first off, we want to just chat a little bit about our dad. And if you knew our dad, we've talked a little bit about him in a prior podcast, right, Lorraine?
Yeah. Everywhere we went, somebody knew our dad.
Mm-hmm.
He worked at Rural King for 42 years. That's a farm supply store in Paris, Illinois. And we would go to Tennessee and up north, everywhere we went, he would run into somebody he knew.
Yeah.
He was that kind of guy.
We'd be like, what in the world? You know people somewhere? Be like, yeah, they came in Rural King in 1982. We're like, how do you remember that? But
Exactly.
he was known as the popcorn guy at Rural King for how many years, Lorraine?
30s, something probably. I don't know.
And but prior to starting to work at Rural King, and prior to that, he was a sergeant in the National Guard, in the local National Guard. And he served, and he was always a guy who loved his country, and very American, and loved to serve. And so he kind of took that same mindset, I think, into anything that he really did.
Whether he did
serving at church, serving at Rural King, taught us very good ethics, as far as in work ethics. If you show up, or you agree to something as far as in a job or something you're going to do for somebody, he was always like, you need to do it, whether you're getting paid or not. Right, Lorraine?
Yeah, be honest. If you do something wrong, just own it and, learn from it and move on. So yeah, he was never late for work. He didn't miss much work. Even some days when he didn't feel like going. And one fun thing about that is he would go to Grandma Rosie, so his mom's house, for lunch every day. He got an hour for lunch, and Grandma Rosie would look forward to him coming, fix him lunch, and then they would watch their soap opera together.
Yes. What they call
their
it,
stories. Her stories. Yeah.
And I think it was like, maybe, was it Bold and Beautiful?
Yeah. I think I mean, there was lots of different ones, but definitely The Young and the Restless. I think he got in on the end of that.
Okay.
And then, yes, Bold and the Beautiful would come on. So
Yeah. So they had a good time. They'd have a good
they
time
did
watching their stories.
stories.
We just thought that was funny. You know, he'd lay down, and relax while he was there on the
Yeah.
couch, take a little bit of a snooze, and then he'd go back to work. It's kind of like, your lunch break is supposed to give you a little bit of extra pep.
Yeah. Recharge.
He
Yep.
always loved it that he got to go hang out with Grandma Rosie. His mom,
Yeah.
that was just a
She
neat
lived real
thing.
close
Now, did she
to
spoil
Rural
him
King.
rotten? Yeah, she
Oh, his whole life.
certainly. Yeah. But, she wouldn't have changed it for the world on how she treated her kids and
No.
grandkids. So, but with that, before I have Lorraine share a little bit about memories, since we're still talking about dad, he passed away in July of
Yeah.
2014. So 11 years ago, coming up. And we sang a couple of different songs at his funeral, and then at his graveside, we sang Amazing Grace. And this I'm going to play for you. We would sing live on Zoom, but it's delayed, and so it wouldn't sound right. But I do have
Yeah.
a recording of Lorraine and I singing at his graveside, Amazing Grace. So I'm going to play it for you, and we're going to dedicate this to all of the for Memorial Day for all the people that have served, all the people that are currently serving. We just want to say thank you and Amazing Grace. We hope it does bless you and your family. Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I am found. Was blind, but now I see. Okay, so we hope that blessed you.
Yeah.
Your family, we
Good memories.
good memories. So now, Lorraine, if you want to share a little bit about some fun or memories of the Memorial Day or even summer holiday, let's just talk about that.
Yeah, we were talking about kind of coming up with ideas, and I said, remember when we would go camping
Mhm.
over Memorial Weekend? And Hillary's going to remember this because this is
Yeah.
where we met them. We would go to KOA campgrounds in Casey, Illinois, Casey, Casey. And Grandma and Grandpa had a camper. I don't remember how big it was, but it wasn't huge. But the funny thing is we would all sleep in it. So Grandma and Grandpa, I remember when you go in up to the right, you go up a couple steps and their bedroom was up there. And so I would sleep next to them up there. And then you and Christy, I don't know if you slept up there with me or if you and Christy slept on the floor
Well,
down
when you
in the
first walked into their camper to the right-hand side, they had a place that you would sit, and Grandma made me
hmm
sit kind of right there. And I think
Okay.
there was like a
I don't remember that.
bench seating, and
Like a
Christy
little
was
table
short,
thing.
so she'd lay there and I'd lay here. But I think we would all kind of switch out. You're taller than I am, so I could fit on that, shorter bench thing.
Yeah. Mom and dad, there must have been a couch that made out to a bed because they slept on the other end. But we had a lot of people in there. I remember one night, um, Grandpa he woke up and he started yelling. He's like, I don't know who's snoring, but they better stop it. You woke me up. And it was him.
It was him. I don't remember that.
He woke himself up snoring. So yeah, but I can remember going there. I mean, it seemed when we were young, Katie's like a long way away, and it was 20 minutes,
Oh,
I think.
yes.
But they had a pool, and we loved to swim in there. And they had church services.
Hmm.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
They would have church services underneath the pavilion, and we'd just sit out by the camper too
Yeah.
and talk to people. And I mean, that's where we met a bunch of people, and it was so much fun to go camping.
And
At a
it's funny
campground.
because I mean, you look at it now, you go by on the interstate for the KOA campground at Casey, and it's so little. But when you're a kid, it seemed like it was
Yeah.
so big because we'd ride
Yeah.
our bicycles around there. They'd put our bikes in the trunk,
Oh, that's right.
right?
Yeah.
And we'd ride our bicycles around there. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this place is huge. But then you look back as adults now and you're like, it was so tiny, but
Yeah.
you have such a big imagination as a kid that everything, right? So,
And it was just so much fun, like good memories, just spending time with relatives and,
mhm,
the people that we would see again and again when we went down there. And
yeah,
um, it's just, we have a lot of good memories like that. Our families did a lot together,
they did.
cousins, aunts, and uncles. And I love it. I love that we have those memories.
Yeah. And Lorraine's such, she remembers so many things. My memory's not as good as hers is, but she remembers so many things. I'm like, I don't remember that. So I'm still living vicariously through our childhood through Lorraine. She's got like a memory. What is it? The memory of an elephant. Isn't that right? Elephants don't forget.
Yeah.
So me, I'm like, I can't
Yeah.
remember what I had for
Some things
breakfast.
I, yeah, can't. But yeah, I can remember a lot more things than you can. We were little.
Yes, 100%. So, yeah, so all of those memories are so good. So, share those with us if you've got some memories. We'd love to read them, especially if we know you and we grew up with you, or even if we don't know you, send them to us because we are going to, on a future podcast, read some of your summer memories and your vacation memories because those are fun to hear what everybody did to see if we all did something
Yeah.
similar, different or whatever. So,
We weren't really beach people. I mean, we didn't have beaches near us. We didn't go to amusement parks.
no,
I mean, so let us know if that's something that you
no.
did. Let us know all of your memories.
Yeah. We'd love to hear it. So, with what we always do at the end of our podcast is we always share funny memes because that's just kind of how we're wired. We have some good ones today, and you guys are sending some funny ones to us, and I super appreciate it. I'm petting Stanley under the desk because he's crying. He wants to go on a Mustang ride, so
Oh,
there you are
baby.
crying.
Well,
That's
that'll be number 3 today, right?
yeah, he's already been on two. So let me read you a couple memes and then I'll throw it to Lorraine. So
Okay.
this one's good. I didn't even read this one to Lorraine. Instead of going to therapy with my twin sister, we solve our problems by sending each other reels and saying, "This is me, that's you."
100% the truth.
Mhm. And that's our therapy. So, like we always say, sometimes we send inappropriate ones that our mom would be like, "Girls, that's not right." But then we're just like, "We
But she'd laugh like this.
She sure would. She sure would. Georgia Horsley gonna laugh at it. She was sure would. So I wish I could sleep, but my ADD kicks in and one sheep, two sheep, cow, turtle, duck, old MacDonald had a farm. Hey, Macarena. There's Stan. Come here,
Was
Stan.
he crying?
Yes, come here, Stan. He's singing the Macarena.
Oh, yeah.
So your turn, Randy Pooh.
Okay.
Oh.
A woman at the airport fainted and fell onto the baggage carousel, but she's slowly coming around now.
I had to let Stan out, but that's funny. I listened to it.
And then a man loses 3 fingers in a work accident. At the hospital, he asks the doctor, "Will I be able to drive with this hand?" The doctor replies, "Maybe, but I wouldn't count on it."
Ah, that ain't right to laugh at, really.
I'm waiting for you to get it. That's what's funny.
No, I got it. Um, I'm so jealous of people who know how to shut up. I shut up and subtitles come out of my face.
Yeah.
It's what we were like, yeah.
Mhm.
And then last one. Being a woman is so
Okay.
wild. I just cried, cleaned the house, shaved my legs, and now I'm fine.
Yeah, that sounds like menopause right there.
Girl, preach. Welcome to the menopause. They need to, I don't, man, like womanopause.
Yeah,
Yeah. So there's
don't
that.
get me started on it.
That's in a future podcast.
Yeah.
We'll record a private podcast with only invite certain people if you want us to talk about menopause and us
Yeah.
really getting super honest about stuff. So we'll just read inappropriate memes the whole time.
Yeah, and eat ice cream.
Yep, let's do it. So, anyways, we really hope that we've inspired you, we've made you laugh, we've given you some encouragement. We just love doing this. We get to spend time together. And as
Yeah.
friends, we love that because we live on opposite sides of the country. But hopefully later this year, I'll be coming out to Idaho to see Lorraine and we can record a podcast live
Yes. Together. That would be,
together.
let's count on it.
Yeah. So, anywho, so with that said, thank you for joining us. We hope to see you on the next episode of the Twinster Pod. Have a great week.
Bye.